Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, Box12 here. And I had an idea for a new character in Realm because, as we all know, if you have been playing for a while like me, Realm is getting boring, and it has gotten boring, and I want something new. Yes, the new dungeons are out, but there's only so many of those that you can do, like you get good at them. I mean, yeah, I want that new katana, but honestly, they're just not very appealing to me. But by no means at all am I done with Realm. Don't worry, I'll still stick with it. I just wanted to hopefully inspire Kabam to come up with some more ideas in order to make the game more interesting and appealing for new players, and old players like myself. So I have taken the liberty of kind of storyboarding or concept art of the new class that I came up with, the Shogun, or Samurai, whichever one you want to say. Now, I'm almost positive that this idea has been passed around before, and I'm sure I just, haven't really seen it before. So I'm going to tell you my opinion on what the new class should be, Shogun. So if you can take a look at him right now, you can tell that he looks a lot like the warrior, and I was kind of going for that because he's going to have higher defense than the ninja. He's going to be basically a buffed ninja, just he does less damage and he has more defense, and he takes all of the cons of the ninja and undoes those. And that's what I think that is really necessary for Realm right now. A new character that's good, that people will want to play, like the knight. So his appearance really doesn't matter. Kabam can change that all they want, but I wanted to show you his gear. So yes, he will use the katana as expected. And then I'll skip the ability for now because I'm going to go into depth on that in a minute. Heavy armor, because the ninja's fatal flaw was low defense. So giving him leather armor was kind of a setback. Although the dex is good, but I think what we need is a defensive character. So heavy armor, I think, is the right choice to go. You might have different opinions. Ring, simple. Okay, now the ability is known as kunai with chain, or mace, whatever you want to call it. After a lot of thinking, I finally came up with an effect for this thing. So if you had an actual, just a dagger at the end of a long chain, and you were swinging that thing around, and you threw it at a group of enemies, and it wrapped around them, and you pulled on that chain, it would constrict them, and they would all get hit by the dagger. And I visualized that happening in Realm. You point your cursor at a group of enemies, or one enemy. You do your spacebar, 100 MP. I figured that because if it cost less, it would be a little bit too broken, too spammable. So you throw it at the group of enemies. It goes around them. Not visually, you just point your cursor, spacebar. They all take 300 damage, and they're paralyzed for 3 seconds. I realize how overpowered you might think that this ability will be. That's why it's 100 MP. Alright, so the top tier 6 will 2 Vit, 2 Wiz, and it has a range of 10. Because if it had 15, that would be 2 reachable. This is going to be a great weapon for O2. But it only does 300 damage to every enemy, so it's not very good for getting damage in, but it's that paralyzed that you want to do. So, very good in my opinion. It's not too broken, but it's still good. And the reason that I say 300 damage and I don't really give a range, I'm just saying this on an estimate whenever you're maxed. Say the range is going to, I think it'll, like 250 to 400 would be a good range. I think that's fine. It's like a quiver. It's exactly a quiver. It's just it paralyzes multiple targets, and you can hit them all. And it costs more MP. So it's different from a quiver, but it's the same overall effect. Now that we have the ability out of the way, I'm just going to tell you about his stats. And let me just tell you, they are a little bit weird, and I was kind of going off of this based on the ninja, in which how the ninja created its own max stat cap, being 70 for attack and dex and wisdom. It's the only class that maxes at those numbers for those stats, and I think that that's very unique, and I wanted to give that to the Shogun. So I'm just going to name them off one by one, and then I'll go into further detail for each. First of all, we have the 60 attack, 50 speed, 60 Vit, 25 def, 60 dex, 50 wisdom. And, of course, you have your 250 mana, and your 770, I think I'll make the HP. Now the 60 attack. This is going to be a heavy armor class, and only the warrior has 75 attack that he maxes at. So if I gave him 70 attack and 70 dex, just like the ninja, and he has more def and more vit, then why would you want to use the ninja? He would just be completely obsolete. Maybe you want to do the rush, maybe you want the ninja star, but overall, Shogun would just become way too popular, and ninja would be outranked. And I do not want that to happen. You know me, I love the ninja. I think he's an amazing class, and I love him. And I don't want him to get outclassed. So giving him 10 less attack and dex than the ninja is kind of a smart decision, in my opinion. He can still do significant damage, of course. It's not like 60 is a low number. I think 50 is low, and the rogue deserves more appreciation than that. 50 speed, he's not a rushing class. He's a mini tank who can get his damage in. 50 speed, average. 60 vit. This is where the uniqueness comes in handy. No class has ever had 60 vit before. And I wanted to start with this class only because he's going to have more def, more vit, and those are the exact two stats that the ninja is weak in. And I wanted to make this kind of the opposite of a ninja. The anti-ninja. And call it a hunch, but I just think that 60 vit is the right way to go. There's no definite reason for it. It's just a hunch. So 25 def. Easy. Only the knight can have over 25 def. I'm just going to keep it like that. I'm not going to make the knight not special anymore, because he has to be. He's the knight. I mean, come on. 60 dex. This is supposed to correspond with the attack. 60 attack, 60 dex. Ninja has 70 attack, 70 dex. So that was just kind of a little play on there. It has lower DPS, but it has higher def and vit. So 50 wisdom. We don't want that spell to be spammable, because if you have a good pet, you're going to be able to do that anyway. So yeah, 50 wisdom. It's basic. Nothing special. And that is the Shogun, or Samurai. Thank you guys for watching. Support the idea if you want. Put this idea to Kabam. Share the video wherever you want. I'll probably submit it to the forums or something. I have no idea. I'm a little busy right now, but if you guys want to do it, that's perfectly fine. Like, tell Kabam about this video. Hey, link in the description, you know? Other than that, I'd say that one day, if Kabam ever puts this into the game, I would be very happy to play as my own creation. So, that's it for today. I will see you guys in the next episode. Check out the next episode whenever I post it, which will probably be soon. Alright, see ya.